and sort of, how the oscillations that people kind of do well or do badly in a certain game. When you look down the road at sort of Arsenal and Mikel, he often talks about supporting in quite difficult times early on to kind of stick to his beliefs, and Edu and people like that backed him. Do you sense really that there's that kind of people, not necessarily in the club, but around the club, and appreciate that you actually have to be back for a much longer period for that? That giving a bit of a reward, and then down the line where he is now, where he loses it, people aren't freaking out in the same way.
Yeah, again, I think you need to separate kind of the emotion of, what people feel, or the way people respond externally. But like I said before, you need to be clear in what your objective is, and stick to, stick to that process. I mean, if anyone can show me where things can turn around in 15 months or in 2 years, any club, apart from maybe City, where it took Pep a year, which is like an eternity, to be fair, for Pep, it doesn't exist. So there is a formula there, and if you want to look at recent history, there's Liverpool, there's Arsenal. There are plenty of those, and there's plenty of others who have not stuck to a process, big clubs and small clubs, and haven't got any progress. So there's evidence on both sides, but it's not easy. It's because, like I said, invariably scrutiny comes and criticism comes when things don't run smoothly, because people want them to run smoothly. So how you react through that process is really important. So all I can do is, like I said, stay really clear-headed about what my role in that is, and the club to stay aligned with that, and that's what I feel. We're kind of aligned in what we're trying to achieve here, and we know it's not going to be easy. That does not mean though that this is going to take 5 years. I'm not saying that, but you can't fast-track experience. You can't fast-track maturity. You can't. All these things need time, and you just got to stay true. And like I said, you can't. At the same time, you can't just. There's something going on with this. I feel like I'm echoing. You can't do that with just cheerleading either. You can't expect that everyone's going to say, "It's okay, you lost," because you're on this path. That's not healthy either. You need the criticism, you need the scrutiny from outside, and then how you deal with it is much more important than trying to alleviate it. How you deal with it. Maybe it's valid criticism. Okay, so you introspectively you're looking at, is there something there? But whether it's valid or not valid, if you just jump at the first time because you're going, oh my God, if we lose again, they're going to come for us, then there isn't really a process. All you're trying to do is, create some sort of utopia that doesn't exist in football. So this is part of the process. I keep saying I enjoy this bit because this is the hard bit, and it has to be a hard bit. Every story has a struggle. Now, how far that struggle is or how much that struggle is, no one knows. I don't know. No one knows. But you get through it, and then you'll reap the rewards. But how you deal with this process is critical to getting those rewards, because, like I said, there's evidence on both sides pretty clear that you can have sustained success going a certain way, or you can chase success going another way, and there's pretty clear results about which approach works better.
How do you sort of deal with it? Because you did your background in different sorts of clubs, so this is different to Celtic. Are there constants in the background?
Yeah. There are, and like I said, it's alignment with key people who know every step of the way. Because you're not. I'm not doing this on my own. Every step is kind of discussed. We know where we're at. I think I said on the weekend we're struggling in difficult moments because we lack some maturity, leadership. Now, there's two ways of dealing with that. You can either go and buy it, acquire it, or you can wait for it to develop within your own group. We've gone down this way because I think that's the better way for me. But with that process, it takes time and experience. You've got to go through tough times. I can't artificially create tough times for the guys to see how the guys respond. They have to come at us. And it's not nice and it's not pleasant and no one enjoys it. I certainly don't, but it's necessary. So how do people react after a loss? How do people react if they haven't had, we haven't had the right reaction? So, and then you get growth. And I'm so optimistic about this playing group. I think there's such a high ceiling with this group of players. And the more we get exposed to difficult times, the more I believe that ceiling gets higher. So we've just got to stay, from my perspective, how I deal with it is I just, have clear markers that we kind of look for to charter our progress and focus on that. And as I said, don't be afraid of criticism or scrutiny coming your way. It's healthy, it's good, because that shows me how people react. Yeah.
Paul, are you expecting to play a bunch of academy kids in City's team tomorrow, or do you think there was something else going on there?
I don't know, but I think if you look at sort of Pep in this competition, he's always pretty heavily rotated for his whole time there. I think they won 4 in a row, didn't they? Carabao Cups.
He does seem to be suggesting there's going to be more rotation this time.
Yeah, no, but he's not playing his kids. But, and no disrespect to Pep's kids, but they're good players if they're at City. I mean, they've got a pretty good program there. They've invested a lot. Don't look at the ones who are just playing City. Look at some of the ones who are playing around. I think Pedro was part of that at one stage. So if you're part of the City, infrastructure, you're a good player. Look, we're expecting a tough game. And that's what we want. But irrespective of who they put out, we want to win tomorrow. We want to stay in this competition. We want to put in a strong performance. We're at home. And we're playing City, which we expect to be a tough game.
I'll ask really, because people will regard you as favourites if that does happen. What do you thought of that?
No, it doesn't really matter. It's really irrelevant whether we're favourites, underdogs, whatever it is. It's, in cup competitions, that's the beauty of them. That irrespective whether you're favourite or underdog, it doesn't really matter. It's about performing on the day.
You always say that you're a winner and you want to win things, you want to win every game. The argument's been made in the past that if you lift a trophy like this, it can create success elsewhere because it gets snowballs, right? But you also say that you want to see progress over the whole course of the 38-game season. Can those two things go hand in hand, or is one more important than the other for you?
I think, look, in my mind, I think they go hand in hand, but I still feel progress in the league is a better indicator. Because I just feel then that you're putting yourself in a position every year to win cup competitions or compete in every competition. Because, like I said, that's the only thing you can strive for. You can't guarantee success. No one can. Doesn't matter how much money you spend, doesn't matter who you are. You can't guarantee it. But you can put yourself in a position. So I think you do that. If you're strong in the league on a consistent basis, I think it by extension, you should be strong in all these cup competitions. Because like I said, cup competitions, knockout competitions, by their nature, can be pretty tricky anyway. So I think that's still where I think our most meaningful progress lies. Winning a competition, is it positive? Absolutely. Our supporters will love it. It's great for the club. Yes, you get that winning feeling too. But as I was saying before, it ain't the panacea for everything, obviously.
You think maybe it could give a false impression if you don't win the trophy? If you don't look at the progress in the league that you have?
Well, I mean, I don't. Who knows? I just don't know. Today, I just don't know today as well, because like I said, we've got a manager who won 2 in the last 2 years that's just got the sack. Yeah, so like I said, everyone tells me just win a trophy and you'll be fine. I don't think so. I think the measures these days are constantly shifting, and there'll always be something that people seek to be better. So what's more important for me, like I said, is us getting to a space where we're consistently challenging for all honours. And if we're there for that, in that space, like, you know, the big clubs are, and where we should be, then, you know, I think the rest will take care of itself.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So,
Thanks.
Thanks.